Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tom.
Yeah, so this is Thomas Kilbasinski. I'm the host of the Thomas Kilbasinski podcast show where we interview international leaders and try to learn all the different people and stuff like that. So let me just check through with you. You're the one that's I got so many interviews fine, but it's not even funny. I looked at your profile and you like totally boosted up your LinkedIn profile to 24,000 followers in what, less than 4 months? Is that correct?
Yeah, in 12 months.
In 12 months?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So it does take time. Okay, yeah. Like for instance, I have 2,800 followers before I started doing some optimization and making, well, it's not exactly that great, but I mean, it's like 3,800. I mean, I could have more than that. I see all these other people growing, growing. So the reason why I brought you on the show is like answer some questions and get some feedback off you. Just learn a lot of stuff because my Teddy Blessing told me a lot about you. And I don't just bring anybody on the show. Here in America, we have the flexibility of not having really depend on it. But I see that Nigeria doesn't a lot. They depend on their ads very a lot. We have all different types of websites here in Philadelphia and all over the world that we depend on, not just on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn's growth is definitely very important. I'm sure you would agree with that. So I got one of five questions here for you, and just answer them as honestly as you can. Um, can you please list the significant turning points in your LinkedIn career? What made you internet presence unique?
All right. So, starting out on LinkedIn wasn't planned. It was not like I sat down one day and I was like, okay, I'm going to start building my LinkedIn presence or I'm going to start building my social media presence. It wasn't planned. It was last year when we had a strike in my school. Like here in Nigeria, we used to have a strike where we'll not go to school. I mean university now for like a particular period of time. So during that period, it was up to like a year and I was at home. I wasn't really doing anything. So I took a particular program and I connected with a woman there. And when I was viewing her WhatsApp status one day and she just talked about that she was going to start a 50 days of writing challenge. That was how everything started. She talked about it and I was like, who's going to write for 50 days? But since I wasn't doing anything at the time, so I was like, let me just try it. So I joined the WhatsApp group and then she told us something. She said we should choose a particular platform. Like, will you pick Instagram? Will you pick LinkedIn? Will you pick Twitter or Facebook? And should I say I'm kind of I that was before though. I've always wanted to hide. I didn't want anybody to know so much about me. I just want to be low key. I didn't want the social media following or anything or community or anything. So I thought about Instagram. I did not have Instagram worthy pictures. And I thought about Twitter. I had a lot of friends on Twitter. So I did not want a place where my friends were that they were going to be disturbing me or anything or laughing at my post or something. I just wanted a place where I could hide. Then I thought about LinkedIn. I do not know anybody there. A lot of people around me do not use LinkedIn. So that was why I decided to start to post on LinkedIn. And I started to post on LinkedIn. I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't looking for any job. I wasn't looking to grow my followers. I wasn't looking for anything. I just wanted to post for 50 days and just achieve that and just get out of the platform. But then, as God will have it, I it just blew up and everything just I started to grow. A lot of people love my content. I was just sharing my journey. I was just sharing what was happening. I was just sharing my story. I was just sharing my experiences, just trying to impact people in the little way I can. It wasn't like I had a zero to hero story or I had a very big success story. But then I just knew that sharing my little experiences could help people, no matter how little it was. So that was what I did. And one turning point I would say for me was I was doing this for some months. I was doing this for like I think 3 months, and all of a sudden I got a message. inviting me to speak at a conference in Lagos. And I was like, it was quite funny because I don't know like the whole being on the spotlight. I don't know like having to speak. I don't know like anything public speaking. But then I was invited to speak just because of my content, just because of how I've been able to help people with my content. And I was so surprised because I was like, I just wanted to do this for 50 days and everything was just happening so fast and my followers were growing. And here is someone inviting me to come and speak at a conference in Lagos with people that I have always admired on LinkedIn, with people that I never ever thought that I could meet in real life. But then LinkedIn gave me this platform. So that's one big turning point. And that was when I decided to be like, okay, I think I should do this. I think I should take my LinkedIn seriously. I decided to do that like from then. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a quick story. You know how the host just asks questions usually? Um, here's a story about me. So when I got into Philadelphia, I had books. And a friend of mine sat there and told me, you have to do videos, you have to speak about it. I refused to speak about it for about 5 years. And then just over about 15 days ago, I just started doing videos, podcasts, and stuff like that. Now I see and notice the difference, like interviewing different people and stuff like that. That this is the way it should have been done, because my books are sitting there waiting for people to look at, and you have to make yourself known, because this is how it is today. It's not like 30 years ago where you go put an ad in a newspaper. Oh yeah, by the way, I have this business, or word of mouth, or shake of hand. Now it's all
Yeah.
social media. And if you don't know social media, then you need to be trained to do it. And I'm telling you, you want to make sure your name is out there far in between, and make sure that the competition that you're against, you're beating it. However, I do see the LinkedIn network of Nigeria, they work well together. They don't compete against each other like the US did. They don't. They all work together as one big community, and it is really amazing how they do that. I figured I'd add my feedback. Question number two. We're curious to know the strategies that contributed to her LinkedIn presence success. Are there any particular approaches or methods that have worked well, especially in the field of technology and social impact? That's already been pretty much answered, but just reiterate what you're doing on that and give the best answer.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. One thing that I did not really have when I started, just like I said, it wasn't planned. So it's not like there was one strategy that I said, okay, I was going to be following. But one thing that I knew that I did was that I fell in love with what I was doing. I was so in love with it that I couldn't see the whole, yeah, there were challenges on the way and there are still challenges, yeah. But then I couldn't really see it. Why? Because I was just so focused on the fact that I wanted to help people. I wanted to share my content. I wanted to just make impact in the world. That was just what was on my mind. So no matter what comes, no matter what LinkedIn brings, or what, no matter what rejections I get, I just knew that I wanted to do this, right? I was so in love with what I was doing. So one strategy that helped me was that I was so in love with what I was doing. So it didn't make me feel pressured. I understood that, okay, I'm on my own journey. My own LinkedIn journey is unique, is a lot different from every other person. So I tried to find my own uniqueness. I found what worked for me. So my own strategy could work for you, it could not. So what has just always helped me was the fact that I found LinkedIn for myself. I found this thing for myself. I knew I was in love with it and I've tried to find what works for me. I'm unique. I'm not like every other creator. I'm not like every other person. So there's something that makes me different. So if I'm really going to be sharing any strategy, though, yeah, there are LinkedIn rules, there are rules you're supposed to follow, there are strategies that you're supposed to follow, like LinkedIn optimization, putting out valuable content, for supporting people, like putting in effort into supporting people, and not just supporting people because of what you want to get, but because you're actually interested in supporting people. So those are just the simple strategies that has always helped me. It's just you loving something, like you having some, okay, why exactly are you doing it? I'm doing this because I want to help people, right? I want to help people with my content. So no matter what comes my way, until I achieve it, until I continue to, until whatever I'm doing is higher lives, I would always continue to do it. So it's just you fall in love with what you do. It's just you not trying to it's just you trying to filter the noise and focus on exactly what you want to do. So one thing that I'm going to say is that have a reason why you want to do something. Why exactly do you want to start your social impact journey? Why do you want to start your LinkedIn journey? Why exactly do you want to do it? Because they say something that when the reason of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. It might not be abuse in this case, but you just find yourself not interested in it. So make sure that you know why you want to do it and fall in love with it. Fall in love with exactly what you want to do and find it for yourself. Find whatever you're doing for yourself. LinkedIn. Yeah.
That's an excellent answer. And if everybody was the same, the world would be boring. We always have decision-making process tactics in the business world to make ourselves better and unique. Everybody's unique, and they think if they were to think the same, the world would be boring. But that's why with billions and billions of people with different types of ideas throughout the world, not just in Nigeria, but the LinkedIn network is definitely one of the most unique. I've been part of it 20 years. But I haven't gotten so much involved in it over the last 3 months than I ever gotten with books, tutoring and teaching and what I do. And then now this new podcast show I've created and just getting to know other people and finding different contacts and trying to build, the knowledge and the fame and stuff like that with it. So I definitely appreciate your feedback and everything with that. How do you pronounce? Here's the other thing. How do you pronounce your name?
Boluwatife.
Woo, 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 woo. I thought Thomas Kilbasinski or something.
Or you can just call me Elizabeth.
Wow. Okay. Number 3. We would like to know more about how she started and developed the technologies group on LinkedIn. Give her role as a founder. Moreover, what role does this community play in her overall LinkedIn strategy?
I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
Oh, okay. Let me speak a little bit louder. We would like to know more about how she started and developed the technologies. It's the techie group, I guess, on LinkedIn. Give her role as its founder. Moreover, what roles does this community play in her overall LinkedIn strategy? So we're talking about the techie group on LinkedIn.
Oh, all right. So one thing that apart from the old LinkedIn thing, one thing I've always been interested in is tech. I've always been interested in helping people in the tech world because when I was going to start my tech journey, at first I did not have the resources to start. I did not have a laptop. I did not have a good phone. Secondly, I did not know which path I was going to follow. I tried a lot of things. I tried front end development. I tried a whole lot of things. Third thing was that I got discouraged a lot. I did not have any mentor to mentor me. I did not have a roadmap to follow. I was just trying to learn on my own, and it was so hard. And I found out that I was giving up a lot of times. And I know a lot of people out there are also facing this problem that I'm facing. A whole lot of people out there want to start their tech journey, but they do not have resources. They do not have the laptop. They do not have data. A whole lot of people out there want to start tech, but they don't know the career paths to choose. A lot of people out there are even in their tech journey, but they're just confused and they get very tired easily. They even give up sometimes. So I've always wanted to start a community that was going to help people in the tech world, that was going to provide them with data, laptops, or mentorship, or anything that they could have, they needed at that particular period in time. So I've always had that in mind. I wanted that tech community. I just wanted to help people in the tech world. Though I did not have money and I did not have like the resources, but I knew I wanted to do it. So when I joined LinkedIn, I started to share content on tech sometimes. It was not every time, but I'll share content on tech, I'll share my experiences. And then I noticed that okay, I was actually growing and I could use my LinkedIn presence to start the community I wanted to start. And also one thing that I noticed, the fourth problem that I forgot to mention was that I noticed that a whole lot of techies were not on LinkedIn. They prefer to use Twitter because that, I mean X now, not Twitter again, X. They prefer to use Hex, and they were just always there. But then they thought, they think LinkedIn is boring, or they think LinkedIn is for, they think that LinkedIn is not for people that are, I don't know how to put it. They think LinkedIn is professional or something. So then I decided that, okay, I needed to bring more techies to use LinkedIn. So that was why I started the Old Techies on LinkedIn community. I started a community where, and also one other thing that now made everything like, okay, this is what I need to start, was that I was going through my phone one day and I was trying to look for a community for techies on LinkedIn, because I mean, tech is actually kind of ruined the old world today. And why is there no community for techies on LinkedIn? And I was looking for it. I checked Google, I checked my LinkedIn, I was searching, and I still couldn't find any. So then that was when I got my answer that, okay, let me start this. And I started it. I started the techies on LinkedIn. We had the launch, we had a pre-launch, we had a launch, and we've actually been growing. We've been having collaborations with companies, and even in the US. We just recently completed one, and we've also been helping techies, though we just started and it's a journey. It gets better with time, and we have a whole lot in stock. So it has really, 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 really helped. It has really helped me. It has helped like a lot of people, and to think that this is something I've always wanted to start. Yeah.
That's unbelievable because I see all these other groups, then you still have to compare. It's like me having books on the market and then have a different, the same title basically as 1,000 other books. But then when you're looking at LinkedIn, you researched it and you created your own group. And then if you have the connections, you definitely, oh yeah, I can invite like 10,000 people, maybe. Example. Then all of a sudden you got a techie group. And it's that simple sometimes, but sometimes it's not. It's not like easy as trying to sell a book. So yeah, that's definitely a very valid point of what you're saying. People can learn off of you by doing that because everybody has to be tech savvy some way or another, whether it be
Yeah.
a LinkedIn knowledgeable or like reading tech savvy different papers with tech savvy different PowerPoint presentations or just being cool with their design. So let's see. For the second to last question is, let me pick up my voice because sometimes I don't speak loud enough. We would be interested in learning about any roadblocks you faced and the calculated measures taken to overcome them.
Okay, so I don't really think I've faced like a whole lot of roadblocks, though it's inevitable, but I don't it's not that, should I say, it's not so noticeable for me because of what I said. I'm so in love with what I'm doing. So even if it's a roadblock, before you know it, I'm already past it. But then one thing that has always been so hard is trying to match what I'm doing with schooling, because I'm also a student. I'm a computer science student here, and I'm in my fourth year. So trying to combine it with LinkedIn is quite hard. And also, like, my other things that I'm also doing, it's not just LinkedIn and school. I also have a whole lot of things trying to learn, church, and everything. It's quite a lot. It's quite overwhelming sometimes. So one of the things I faced, that was one of the things I faced. And presently what I'm trying to do um to just, it's not going to make it completely perfect, but it has been very, very helpful. It's time management, trying to manage my time, and also prioritization. There are some times that, for example, if I'm having exams in school, I have to take a break of LinkedIn. I could take a break for a month. So it's just me prioritizing what is actually important at that point in time. For example, at this period of my life, I've not resumed school yet, and I'm still waiting for us to resume. Right now, LinkedIn is my priority, trying to grow my LinkedIn, trying to help people build their brands on LinkedIn. That is my priority right now. That's one of my priorities. I mean, top priorities. So it's just me prioritizing what is okay, what should come first right now. Should it be my exam? Should it be my LinkedIn? Should it be this? Should it be that? And also time management, trying to manage my time, and also just putting in like the best effort sometimes. And also one thing that I've also faced is I'm kind of quite introverted, I don't really like to hold conversations. So whenever I go outside, it's quite hard trying to talk to people. Even right now, I've gotten a lot better because earlier it would have been so hard trying to even have an interview with someone online. But then I've also been trying to like build myself in that, trying to build my public speaking skills and all. So one of the things that has helped me, it's communicating more, trying to talk to people more, being intentional about what I'm doing rather, or what I want to achieve, right? So these are like try the things I've faced so far. There are other things that I've faced, but I'm so in love with what I'm doing that I don't really like quite notice, then I also make sure that being persistent, no matter what comes my way, no matter what happens, I have a goal in front of me. Thank you.
Wow, that is unbelievable. If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer this question. How old are you, and are you in? I noticed on your LinkedIn background, do you have a completed bachelor's degree, or are you still working on that as a student?
I'm actually still a student. I'm still on my bachelor's degree, computer science.
Yeah, because my first degree was when I was 21, and then the other one was when I was roughly about 24. If I always highly encourage people, and I'm currently studying a PhD background too. I've been in several different ones. I encourage all students anywhere to get the highest degrees possible so it enhances their knowledge. And if you love what you do, keep on doing it with a BA, MA, PhD, whatever, because you'll just enhance your knowledge even more. Writing papers, getting the knowledge from the other teachers and professors, and going to the right college is the best thing too. Because I mean, it's one of those things. Like you're in a different location, I see people going to the United Kingdom or just staying online and doing their thing. If I were to recommend anybody, I would say online big time. I went to California University, which is now called Penn West. There's Walden University, which is nationwide. Highly recommend it. Um, University of Phoenix, which is where I'm going to right now. Capella, not so good. But there's always that preferable university that you're trying to do. And the undergraduate level program will set you up good as long as you get that 3.5 or 4.0, whatever you're looking for. And it sounds like you're rolling that way because you know stuff that I don't. So, and then the other thing is for number four, this question gets answered a lot, and it's always somebody that says there's a roadblock or something that's standing in the way, and you basically just ran right over. Oh, I don't have anything like that. If it comes, it comes. You don't worry about it. You just go straight through it. If there's a stone wall Jackson, which it means a brick wall, basically, you just go right through it because you have no worries. You love yourself and you love what you do, and that's great. That's awesome. Some people don't go say that to an everyday job because an everyday job, very few. Well, I can't say very few, but the percentage would be less than 50%, just because how difficult sometimes it is to live with how job prioritizing has become so dependent with being remotely enhanced with all these different types of computer tools and stuff like that. So I thank you for your answer. Final question, then I'll let you go. Considering LinkedIn's professional setting, we're interested in finding out how she prefers to make connections with like-minded people and grow her network in the IT sector.
All right. So this is actually something I'm still trying to do, trying to build relationships with people. Because just like I said, I'm quite introverted. So building relationship is real in real life is very hard. So when I started out on LinkedIn, it was so hard too because I kind of broke my real life um real life then to online. So trying to build relationships with people has been quite hard. But then I've been working on it very, very well. Like and it's been going very well. One thing that has always helped me is my content, giving out value because everybody loves value. They love to be in a place that is valuable. Like, yeah, give them a reason to actually want to send you a DM or follow you. So one of the things that has helped me was that I invested a lot in putting out the best type of content. I invested a lot in putting out simple content that people needed, people in my niche needed. For example, last week I put out a content on how to get a job in tech, and a whole lot of tech founders, a whole lot of tech professionals followed me and even sent me DMs. So one of the ways that I've been able to do that is through my content. No matter how professional LinkedIn is, but then everybody loves value. They want to be in a place that is very, very valuable. And just like I said, I've also been trying to work on it. Number two that I've been doing is also reaching out to them. And I could reach out to them based on anything at all. It could be on techies on LinkedIn. It could be on how I've loved how they've been able to grow in tech. Though I'm still working on that, and it's not as frequent as the one I talked about initially. Like you putting out valuable content, trying to put out valuable content every time. These people will look for you. They will definitely follow you. You just have to do the main thing, that is putting out valuable content, giving them a reason to follow you, optimize your profile, such that when they come to your profile, they're not confused, right? So give them that reason to follow you, give them the reason to want to send you a DM. Make sure that you are so valuable that nobody can ignore you. That's one of the things that has always helped me. Thank you.
That is a very valid reason there for sure. Anybody should know that, but unfortunately, when it comes to this type of stuff, it's not that simple. People get stressed out, they panic, they're not cool, calm, and collected. Or they're happy where they're at, and it's, I don't need to do anything. But with this, you have to be open-minded to new suggestions and everything like that. Like for me, I'm 44 years old. So here's the thing is, I'm looking back at this younger generation. I'm like, holy Toledo, they're kicking my butt at followers. So how am I supposed to get them? So I look back, and I'm like, oh wow, they're doing it like this. So then you need to get trained and all this other stuff. So it's just one of those things. And this is what this interview is totally about. And I gotta say, you totally killed it on me. Which I mean,
Thank you.
an A plus because this is why I have stuff happen at 5 o'clock in the morning before I go to work because I want to learn more about this. Just because I have all these degrees does not mean squat. Anybody can help teach me anything. And I'm still open-minded to learn. Like I still was 18 when I took my first class. So this has definitely been a privilege, and I appreciate all your time. And this will be on a recording. I will be putting it on Twitter, my YouTube channel, and then also Facebook and LinkedIn. So it will be up within probably 30 minutes. And again, I really do truly appreciate your time. And if you know of anybody else that's interested in just getting on, answering some questions, whether it be LinkedIn or guest speaking opportunities, let me know because that's what this show is about. And I'm glad I got your name out there. Your name's already out there. But the thing is, I like to get my name out there too, especially to the African community and then other communities as well. So once again, I definitely do appreciate your time. Thank you and have a God blessed day.
Yeah, thank you so much too. Had a good time.
Yep.
God bless you
Bye.
too. Bye.
Bye.